Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer Ramirez, and today I am going to be sharing an African folktale with you. This story was retold and illustrated by Ashley Bryan, and she won a Coretta Scott King Award for her book. The title of the story is The Lion and the Ostrich Chicks. I hope you enjoy. Mama and Papa Ostrich were preparing to have their family. Papa laid a nest in the sand as he smoothed out all the lumps and bumps. Mama Ostrich climbed on in. She nestled down and laid 6 beautiful ostrich eggs. They each took turns warming the eggs, Mama by day and Papa by night. And soon, one morning, 6 weeks later, 6 beautiful ostrich chicks popped out of their eggs. They were so excited. Mama and Papa danced around their ostrich chicks, singing, "Ostrich stretch, stride and race. 6 little chicks have joined the chase. Ostrich chicks, 1, 2, stamp for lion, shoo, shoo." They wanted all to hear, so Papa Ostrich boisted his loud roar-like shout across, which startled the little chicks as they ran to their mama. Mama Ostrich said, "Oh, don't worry, that's just your Papa being very excited." And the ostrich said, "Yay, Papa," as they cheered and danced around to hear his roar-like sound again. As they chased around Papa said, "Now, be careful with those little wings. They're too tiny to fly, but we can fly with our feet. Watch me," as he took off running as fast as he could, past the tree and over the hill. The 6 little chicks were so amazed at how fast their Papa could go, and they each followed. And every day they practiced, and Papa taught them his tricks as he raced with his little chicks. And the chicks got better each and every day, and soon they were fast enough to even beat their parents. And they challenged zebra and hare, and they left them in the rear, and they challenged fox and deer, and they left them in the dust. They had so much fun racing on their feet that they didn't miss their wings at all. Early one morning, they rose to practice their strides, and they raced past the tree, over the hill, beyond the pond, and into the distance. They stopped to take a break as they huffed and puffed, and they rested. And they looked around, and they noticed that nothing looked familiar to them. They had broken their promise to go too far from their mother. And they were worried, and they cried, "We're lost, we're lost!" When all of a sudden they heard, "Oh, don't you worry, my little chicks." They were so excited to hear that roar-like sound, they knew it was Papa. But when they peered around the mound of rocks, they saw a lion. They said, "Well, you're not our Papa at all." And he said, "Oh, sure I am. But you have no feathers." "But I walk on 2 feet, the lion said as he tricked them. "You look so tired. Come to my den," as he snatched them and put them away. Meanwhile, Mama and Papa Ostrich were back home in their nest. And Mama knew it was getting dark and the chicks had been gone for way too long, and she started to worry. And they went around and asked everyone if they had seen their little chicks, and nobody knew where they were until they went to Mongoose. And Mongoose said, "Well, I saw them early in the morning, and they were running past the tree, beyond the hill, around the pond, and you don't suppose?" And Mama Ostrich immediately knew what Mongoose was talking about. And she panicked and she said, "Oh no, they can't be with Lion." And she ran past the tree, over the hill, beyond the pond, and over in the distance. As she came across Lion's den, as he stood and guarded the chicks. "Those are my ostrich chicks that you have." These are my children. Anyone can see. Anyone is no one, and they'll need to stand up to me." And Mama said, "Please don't hurt them. Please don't eat them. I'll be back for my chicks," as she ran past home to go see Papa Ostrich. And she told him all about it, and he said, "We must go to the counselor and to the chief fox, and they will help us." As they went and told, they each agreed that a lion was no parent to an ostrich chicks. And so they said, "We shall have a council and discuss this matter with Lion." And Mama was so relieved to hear this from the council. Until the meeting. The lion came in striding with the chicks. It looked peculiar, and everyone can see that they were not his chicks. But they didn't stand up to the lion. And the chief fox and the counselor animals agreed that the lion was the parent of the chicks. And Mama said, "But how could this be? But how could this be?" And Mongoose said, "Oh, it's easy for them to stand up to your face, but lion is a different matter." And Mama Ostrich said, "What am I going to do?" And Mongoose said, "Be patient, Mama Ostrich. Dig a tunnel at the top of the anthill. Dig it big enough for me, but small enough for Lion, and we can take care of this." Confused, but willing to do anything to save her chicks, Mama Ostrich dug a tunnel from one end to the other. As the animals gathered again for another council, Lion came in, striding in with the ostrich chicks once more. As the ostrich chicks startled, they wanted to run so fast to their mother, but they knew that the lion would catch them. And one by one, the lion asked each animal, "Whose children are these?" And they all agreed, "They're yours. They're yours, Lion." And until he came to the mongoose. And the lion said, "Let me have your vote, mongoose." And the mongoose said, "Lion lies. He is no bird anyone can see." And the lion said, startled, and he took a minute, and that's all that the mongoose needed. And he jumped in the tunnel and went straight down. And Lion jumped and pounced on top and tried to follow Mongoose in, but the tunnel was way too small, and he stood, stuck with his head in the tunnel, shouting "Roar!" in his loud roar-like lion voice. And the 6 little chicks ran to their mother because the lion was stuck and they knew that they could go to mother. And the mongoose came out of the tunnel on the other end and cheered with Mama Ostrich and said, "I told you, be patient, be patient. Now take your little chicks home to celebrate, and I'll take care of the lion." And the lion stood and waited patiently, as stubborn as can be, for that mongoose to come out of the tunnel. "I will wait here day and night for you to come out." He crouched on the ground and he waited for Mongoose. And hours passed, and Lion sat, too stubborn to move. And he grew hungrier and fainter and weaker as the days passed. And soon he laid and he just wasted away, waiting for Mongoose to come out of that tunnel. Mama Ostrich and Papa Ostrich were so grateful to Mongoose. They had saved their baby ostrich chicks. And they celebrated by giving Mongoose a gift of mangoes. And the ostrich danced around the mongoose as they celebrated with him. And the chicks cheeped and danced and said, "Clap for ostrich, mongoose too, stamp for lion, shoo, shoo." That's the end. I hope you really enjoyed this folktale by Ashley Bryan. It was an African folktale that I read and immediately enjoyed, and I wanted to share it with you. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I can't wait to hear your stories. Thank you very much.